Was it a pizza or a quesadilla?
It was a pizzadilla.
Oh, yummy! Food porn. What's up, players? What's going on, Zen Dude Nation? Hi, Brandon.
Hi, Dan.
Zen Master Rep. How are you?
Man, I'm cruising along today, dude. I've been in the...
You're a little down today, bro.
I've been in the depths of like analytical marketing shit all day, and I hate that.
Yeah, dude. I give you credit for doing that.
Accounting and shit. Oh, fucking kill me. Don't kill me, actually.
Fucking running a business, bro. Running a business. Don't kill me, because then half our business will be gone. Today we have a great episode for you where Brandon and I basically just get on the internet, go to Quora and Reddit, and answer a bunch of the most asked questions in fitness and fat loss. So pretty straightforward, guys. We've been getting a ton of feedback on just wanting some different questions and answers and our take on some of these topics. So no BS. That's what we're gonna do today.
Yesterday I told you I found that quote by Friedrich Nietzsche.
It's a great quote. You posted it to our group. Say it again.
So it's called eternal recurrence. This idea that Friedrich Nietzsche, is it Nietzsche or Nietzsche?
Nietzsche, I believe.
Friedrich Nietzsche.
Although I don't know a ton about philosophy, to be honest with you. I enjoy it a lot. Just don't know that many
dudes in the space.
I do not know that many dudes, philosophizers in the space.
Yeah. So he had this idea of eternal recurrence. Basically, he made it really fluffy when he talks about it. He was like, yo, what if a demon came to you in the middle of the night and was like, guess what?
Fluffy? He made it fluffy? Check this out, bro. It's so nice.
It could have been put more simply, but he made up a story around this concept. So he said, what if a demon came to you in the middle of the night and he said, you're going to have to live this life over and over again for eternity?
That was a good demon voice, bro.
So basically, he's just like, what if you had to live this life over and over and over again? He's like, would you be a person who that would scare the shit out of? Or would you be super pumped? You're like, dude, I've been crushing life. I've had so many awesome experiences. I would love to do this all over again. And so I read this and I'm like, man, what if that was true? What if I lived this life all over again? I would probably spend a lot less time stressing about small things, because then on replay, I'd be like, oh shit, on March 14th, 2016, I have a whole day where I stress out about nothing.
Yeah.
And because whenever you look back at these things in hindsight, they seem really insignificant.
Yeah.
But in the moment, you're like, no, but I got to stress about this right now.
Yeah.
And the whole point of this idea is well, what if you really believed, you convinced yourself to believe that you have to do this over and over again? So you're constantly like, shit, man, I gotta start feeling good because I don't want to have to do this again.
Yeah. I totally agree, man. I think the older that I get, the harder it is for me to get stressed out. I'll be totally honest. Especially kind of making that mental transformation that you and I always talk about and what we do now. It's hard for me to get really stressed out because of the thinking. I think a lot damn, I could die really soon. And this is kind of a similar thing. Man, if I had to live this life on repeat, I now do ask myself the questions of like Sunday when we were walking around, had a couple joints, walked all over the city. And I was just a while ago on Sundays, I would have been like, man, I got to prepare for Monday. I got to get ready for this week. And I was like, nah, man, if I were to do this life again, this is what I want to do. I want to feel good most of the time. So I think it's a really important question it kind of sounds like that would scare the shit out of some people.
Yeah, for sure. Because I think not everyone, most people are on the delayed life program where they're like, after I find the right person, I get married, life's been better. After I buy my first house, after I get that next promotion, after I get that body I want, after I go through puberty.
Life does get better when you go through puberty.
It does.
Before puberty.
I think I thought about that when I was in high school. I was like, man, once I get through these awkward years, it's going to be a lot better. And it was, but I could have been enjoying life just as much back then.
I agree.
As much as right now, my mind's oh, it's going to be really cool. When our business is on that next level and, and we can kind of chill a little bit more.
For sure.
I see that as man, it's going to be a lot better. But
It's not.
But it's not.
Better now.
There's always something that's going to be the next thing.
Yeah.
And
that's what I told you yesterday. Remember I was talking about like 3 or 4 years ago, no, this was like 5 years ago in DC. I was like, if you showed me everything I was doing right now, it'd be like, fuck yeah. Like, yes, like I'm doing exactly what my kind of like vision of a dream was at that time.
Yeah.
And so now I have thoughts of, I have this reoccurring thought of in like 10 years having this house in Venice Beach and just like going out for a surf in the morning and being like, just feeling good about myself. Like, oh yeah, like Brandon and I, like we're doing what, we're helping people. It feels good. I have more money now. I have this nice, house and maybe like a few other things. And I was thinking to myself, like, dude, if you're having those thoughts now, it's the same as when you were 22 and had those thoughts like, man, in 5 years, I hope I can like live in another country and like kind of do whatever I want and own my own life. And it's here. So it's just that much more. It helps me to appreciate like times like now when we could be getting stressed about things. It's like, it's going to be the same when we're 40. We're going to be at a different level, but we'll have things that we could choose to be stressed about, or you can just always choose to enjoy the ride.
Yeah. What's like the biggest thing for you, like shifting out of that mindset? If you fall into that hole of like being like, man, well, fuck, there's a lot of stuff that I haven't figured out yet right now that is frustrating me, or it's, I feel some entropy going on right here. Like what is it that you do to get yourself in a different mindset?
Dude, presence for sure. Not like, and I mean that like I want to say it more tangibly than like, just be present, man. Just totally, I'm one with myself. No, like if I'm walking down the street, my self-awareness has increased. So I do a much better job of when, say I should be stressed out, or typically in the past, there was a situation where I would have been stressed out. Now I'm just like, it's 80 degrees out. It's really sunny. I'm in a fucking tank top. But like, look at my hair. I haven't done it in like a year. Like, what do I have to be stressed out about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think the answer is just continuing to recognize that self-awareness of when you have that feeling, kind of like we talked about with anxiety. When you have that feeling, just realize it's a feeling.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with what is actually going on in your external. Are we going to answer some core questions?
Yeah.
Because the main point of this episode was to help you lose percentages of fat off of your body.
Dude, we're going to be so helpful with this because we're just going to answer questions that other people said they want answered. So you might want them answered.
We're going to be so fucking helpful.
All right, ready?
Are you
First
ready
question.
To be helped?
Why is belly fat most difficult and last fat to go? Should I? You want me to?
You go.
So that's not necessarily true. We all hold body fat in different places, and some people hold a lot like in their belly. Some people hold it like in their thighs. Some people hold it in their butt. Some girls are lucky, they hold it all in their butt. Some plumbing girls. You guys have
and some white girls, dude.
And some white girls, sorry. It's not a matter of is it the first or last to go. Like, it just goes when it's going to go. So you just need to keep getting down to a lower and lower body fat percentage to reveal away like what your body is going to look like when you get to like 6 to 8%. And you don't know what that is till you get there.
Yeah. Spot reduction is not a real thing. Like, you don't, if you have fat on one portion of your body, you don't say, like, it is a misconception to be like, oh, well, I really want to like get my arms toned, so I'm just going to work those, and those are going to, no, your whole body has to lose body fat in order for you to see the musculature that's underneath that skin. So I totally agree, man. Like,
this is a huge one, man.
This is a good, we're kind of answering this.
So many people type into YouTube how to lose belly fat.
You can't lose body fat in certain parts. And like the way that I would think about it too is, if you want, it doesn't matter how much you exercise, it doesn't matter how much you lift weights or whatever to try and get a certain part of your body to be more muscular or ripped, you have to lose body fat. You lose body fat by eating in a calorie deficit. So you can't just lose body fat in one part. You have to lose it in your entire body and shift the way that your body processes nutrients.
Nice.
I'm doing more.
Look at that. Who's that guy?
I'm going to answer this one because it's redunculous. How do you get abs in 2 days?
Airbrush.
Paint that shit on, baby.
That's
right. Sharpie marker.
For real though, I watched this Instagram video the other day showing this like girl who's like, she's like a fit girl, but honestly, it's so hard for girls to get like really visible abs that they showed how they did it for like a magazine.
What is your opinion on girls with super visible abs? No. What is your opinion on girls with visible abs? Just, I am totally curious.
I mean, I might be attracted to a girl with it, but like, it's just so far from necessary for me. It's just, I like a soft girl. You know, I think that feminine softness is like, it's nice.
Yeah.
Like when I think about touching a woman, I want the skin to give a little bit.
Yeah, I want a woman.
Yeah.
I
I don't want like striated deltoids and abs.
No.
So I don't think many guys do. Maybe like other bodybuilder dudes, because they just like, they like that because obviously they created it themselves. So
I was just totally curious on your opinion because I think if you want to get abs, that's totally respectable. Like that's hard for anyone to do. So like,
hard for them.
I'm not hating on it. Just my personal aesthetic preference for women is not abs. Seriously. How do you get abs in 2 days? You don't. And if the next question to this was, what's the best exercise for doing abs? My response would be stop thinking about exercise, eat in a calorie deficit. You can work those muscles all day long, but if you're not losing your body fat and you're not losing weight from being in a calorie deficit, then you're not going to be able to see those abs. So you can't get abs in 2 days unless you're like, maybe if you're like 12% body fat and you go down like 1% and then you kind of have like 1 or 2 abs.
Showing them out a little bit.
Yeah, you know.
All right. Ooh, this is a good one. What are the best kept secrets about exercise, fitness, bodybuilding, and working out? See, this is so funny because everyone wants the secret. And there are tens of millions of dollars, probably more, probably billions of dollars, honestly, made on this belief that there's a secret, that there's either like, oh shit, we just came out with this new herb, it's completely natural, and it's gonna drop your body fat percentage 5% in the next week. Or there's like this new type of exercise that if you do it just 3 times a week, it's gonna shred you up. Like everyone's looking for the next like best kept secret. And I don't think it matters how much like we say that there's not a secret and it's just actually like pretty simple. People are still gonna be like, but like for your like one-on-one clients, you probably tell them the secret, right?
Yeah, dude. Well, that's
like
why
you're in a circle. What's behind the door? What do you and Dan actually do? What's the secret to like allows you guys to like smoke weed and like
what a pill's that? What a magic pill's that? No, totally, man. I think it's funny that well, it's not, I mean, I don't necessarily think it's funny. I just think it's interesting that like the information's out there, guys. Getting lean. Look, here, I'll give you all the tools you need to get lean right here. Here we go.
Here we go.
Calculate your calories and macronutrients. All you have to do is figure out this number of calories that are broken down into carbs, fats, and proteins and just eat those numbers. It might be 180 grams of protein, 200 grams of carbs, 50 grams of fat. Just eat that every day.
Let's link them the calculator below.
I'm going to link you to our
calculator
calculations so you can figure that out. And then just lift weights because you're not going to get bulky. The only way you're going to get bulky lifting weights, men and women, is if you are eating in a caloric surplus so that your muscles grow. Otherwise, you can lift all the weights you want, and if you're still eating in a pretty strong calorie deficit, you'll just look really lean and lose body fat while maintaining your lean muscle. You're not going to get big. And lastly, like do some high intensity, make sure that you're moving your body, like jumping rope, going for runs, maybe 2 to 3 times a week, going on hikes, swimming, skateboarding, biking, endless activities. It's
so many
that
activities.
Simple.
Take the stairs.
Yeah, you don't have to diet,
motherfucker.
Man. Okay, I'll take
the stairs.
Go to church.
If you were scared.
All right.
See, I oftentimes want to like rap. I want to like quote rap songs, but then I might like say the wrong word because I get too excited. And
that's
like,
okay.
It's not socially acceptable, I guess.
What, dude? Say it.
Some words.
Say it. I got your back. Did we finish that question?
Yeah, we finished it, dude. This is a great one right here.
Go.
How many of you get the munchies at nighttime? This question is, how do I stop feeling hungry at night? Ooh, can I leave with this?
Go.
All right.
Do it, B. Do it, B.
So here's what Dan and I tell everyone who's like, hey, I get really hungry at night. How do I avoid this? What we say is eat. Here it is. It's a lot easier. It's a lot more complicated than that. Actually, it's not more complicated, but it's a very simple solution. Most people do get hungry at night just because that's like a downtime, right? Like you're working during the day, like you're very busy, you're running around, your mind's occupied, so you don't really think that much about hunger. In the evening, you're watching TV, you're hanging out, you're chilling, so you're like, I could go for something to eat. Dan and I fixed this whole thing. We fixed the game. We're like the Black Sox.
Now we'll give you the pill.
In the 1920s. So what we do is we just fast in the mornings so we can push most of our calories later in the day so we can eat a big meal in the evening.
Without going over our calories. Because
Exactly.
we're going to be hungry anyway. If we eat in the morning, chances are we're going to be just as hungry at night. So we could consume, let's say up until 4 p.m., because we're hungry at breakfast and lunch, we consume 1,500 calories. We're still going to consume that additional 2,000 at dinner. So we might as well just eat like 500 and then consume the additional 2,000 at dinner because it will leave us at a calorie deficit.
Yeah. Because like in the morning, we're answering emails, we're coaching our group, we're like just doing accounting and stuff.
Oh, dude. Wow. If there's any accountants out there who want to work for us, for Zen Dude, like email us. That'd be fantastic.
What we do is all of our busy work in the morning, we don't eat, we just drink coffee. And so later in the day, we usually break the fast after a workout with like a 500 or 600 calorie meal. It's like a shake usually. I usually do the back to back. I've been doing this. You haven't been with me lately.
2 shakes.
I've been doing the green juice. I do a green juice and then I get like a shake with protein. So I do that.
You naughty boy.
That's what I do. And so, but that still is only like 500 calories.
Yeah.
Because it's mostly vegetables. And then I eat a big meal, like 6 or 7. And so the rest of the evening, I'm not hungry because I ate a big meal. Like I ate a lot, like 7 o'clock. And so that's the easiest way. Like I wish I could be like, hey, here are all these techniques to like, distract yourself. But I don't have those. I think they're not sustainable either.
We'll also go back up to that. Let me see the question again.
How do I stop feeling hungry at night?
Yeah, because I have a second answer to that. You don't. You can't help that you feel hungry at night. Like there's you don't like put something you don't like inject yourself with something or have, even if you meditate, which I think is super powerful for being aware, it's not going to make your hunger go away. Like you're not going to sit there and be like, I've been enlightened. I am not hungry. Like you're still going to be, it's the nighttime. Like I am usually always hungry at night. But for example, last night, great example, I was up late, I couldn't fall asleep, and dude, I was hungry. And I wanted to pig out. I wanted to go get some some good, not like junk food, but like a lot of food.
I made a quesadilla.
You did?
It was amazing.
Was it awesome?
It was oregano, like mozzarella type cheese.
Was it a pizza or a quesadilla?
It was a pizzadilla.
Oh, yummy! Food porn.
But I had some calories to spare, so I did it and went for it.
You picked the world up and dropped
it on his head. So yeah, someone actually responded this way, and he said kind of what we said. He said, "There's no cure for hunger except for eating food."
Yeah, you don't like remove your hormones, like your hunger hormones. Like shut up.
There's a hormone. It's called ghrelin. It really is responsible for you feeling hungry. That hormone is going to get released whether you like it or not. Like you could drink some coffee in the evening, but then you wouldn't be able to sleep. So that's why we just say it's better to not eat earlier.
Yeah. Does running build muscle? Fantastic reason for saying, okay, so there is an epidemic within the fitness community, and a big reason why a lot of people are not lean is because it's not because they're lazy. It's not because they don't work hard in the gym. It's not because sometimes they don't eat right. It's because most people are never taught how the human body actually works. That is the biggest reason, dude. And so when someone says, how does running build muscle? I am not, this guy who wrote this, I'm not like, oh my God, I can't believe this guy doesn't know this. That's fine. Like that's a perfectly valid question. Mm-hmm. But this is the issue. Everyone knows what foods to eat and everyone knows what P90X is. Everyone knows that Reebok makes CrossFit shoes. They know where to get the coolest gear to work out, but no one knows a lot of people don't understand how their body actually works. And so here's a guy who's like, how does running how does running build muscle? Running does not build muscle. Running does not, again, it does not build muscle. This is how muscle's built. You take something heavy and you contract the muscle so that the muscle fibers inside rip. There's millions of these little cells, little fibers that rip apart. And then when they grow back together, when you feed them properly, like post-workout, consistently over time, they grow back together stronger and bigger. Like that. And so basically, when you are just running, you're not doing an activity that is forcing those muscle cells or muscle fibers to rip, unless possibly you're doing some sort of extreme hike, like very steep hike that you're like running up, and it's, there's definitely good things going on inside your body. But if you want to build muscle, you have to lift weights. And now I'm also interested in the psychology behind a lot of this stuff, because when I say lift weights, that immediately sets off a buzzword in people's minds like, the gym. I don't want to go to the gym. You don't have to go to the gym. The easier way to put it than lifting weights is like, you have to pick heavy shit up and put it down. That's how you grow your muscle mass. And like, dude, I avoided this forever. I did want to jump rope. I did want to just jump rope. But when I lost those 70 pounds, I noticed myself getting a little softer, even though I lost all that weight. And it was just lifting weights. Like, you don't have to go crazy with it. But if you want to build muscle, first of all, to answer the question, running does not build muscle. If you want to have a lean and muscular physique, and I'm not talking big bodybuilder, I'm talking lean soccer player, sprinter, you have to lift weights. And not just your upper body, you got to lift legs, you have to squat, you have to do lunges, you have to do step ups, all that good stuff. So I get so passionate about this, dude, because in like one more minute, I swear to God, I'll shut up. But
I haven't been listening to you last minute. You just keep going. So finish up.
You're not even listening?
Kind of.
That's mean, bro. You only have so much time to work out per week, guys. Do very simple things that don't take up a lot of time or headspace. If you want to get lean and you want to lose body fat and look really sexy in a bathing suit, lift weights and eat at a calorie deficit. That's it.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty simple.
Next question.
Dude, this one's too good.
Maybe I'll listen to you.
Well, I was just like, I was just laughing to myself because I saw this question and I was getting really excited about it, telling the audience about it.
Okay, so, well, now I'm gonna listen to you answer it because I enjoy hearing your opinion on it.
All right. This is a very valuable opinion, and I'm probably one of the few people who has this. Does the number of plates
I love you. I'm kidding. Go.
Does the number of plates racked on a barbell matter when lifting? For example, if you had like 195 pounds, would it matter if you had okay, I'm not going to do the math on this. Okay, if you had 135 pounds and you wanted to bench press it, would it be better to have a 45 on each side, or would it be better to have a 25, a 10, and 2 5s? It doesn't matter because either way is 135 pounds.
Doesn't matter. I would only say like maybe the balance. That's a weird question. Hey, but dude, there is no stupid question though. Like come on, man. There is some shit about like technology and websites that I asked that people are like, well, dude, like I'm the guy who emails support and they like call their friends over and they're like, look what this fucking guy just asked. This guy's such an idiot. Yeah. So,
well, this reminds me of that old like riddle. It's like, what weighs more, like 100 pounds of leaves or 100 pounds of rocks?
Oh yeah. Dude, yo, I was a fucking gullible kid, man. I'd be like,
obviously the rocks.
Rocks are heavy. Idiot.
This is like a perfect example. So you guys, you can put 45s on, or you could put like 32.5 pound weights. It's the same. All right.
Did Jesus eat while he was fasting?
Hell no. Jesus wouldn't do that.
Dude, Jesus is like the most rock solid bro. He's like the most Zen dude bro in the world. Jesus, when he fasts, he goes on like steroid fast, son. He fasts for like 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah. And he's like, it hasn't even messed up my hair. Look at it.
He just throw that shit in a little man bun.
Yeah, what do you think I'm trying to do? I'm trying to get my Jesus on.
Keep it tight.
Eventually.
Dude, what about this? Psychology of everyday life. What is the most difficult thing to learn and accept about life? Ooh, this is deep. It's not fitness related, but...
Why don't you go first?
Okay. I'm just going to go with the flow. I know what I'm going to say. What is the most difficult thing to learn and accept about life? I think the most difficult thing... All right, in my experience, I've only been on this planet for like 25 years. So my perspective. The most difficult thing to learn and accept about life is that you're never going to arrive. You know, I think ever since I was like in middle school, I thought about like when I got to high school, I'd start to get like more confident and I'd arrive there. When I got to high school, I thought I'd get to college and like I'd like really figure it out. When I got to college, I was like, well, once I graduate and I get to the real world, I'm really going to figure things out. And once I started my first company, I was like, you know what, once I hit this benchmark of like income, I'm going to figure things out. And the truth is like no one knows shit and we're all just doing our best to be as happy as possible. And so you just have to accept that and understand that like everyone's on the same wavelength. We're all just like, shit, this life thing doesn't really make sense. Like, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know.
And then as soon as it starts to make sense, then something happens and you're like, doesn't make any sense again.
Forget this. So yeah, it's that like you never arrive and nothing ever is going to completely make sense about life. As much as spiritual as you want to be, like we have no idea why we're here.
So true, man. And so it's so important to just be okay with whatever that is because, yeah, even as much as like we talk about this stuff, we have no fucking idea.
No.
Like dude, I'm not religious, but like, dude, Jesus could totally be a thing.
Yeah.
Like he could be that could be the story. And I'd be like, man,
yeah,
I didn't think that.
Dude, the whole universe could just be this like ball on his finger. He's just got this going like this. He's spinning it around. He's like, Earth, Saturn.
He's like a
Venus.
A globe he has like a headband on.
Yeah. Someone who knows astrology is like, you're an idiot. It's not even possible.
I think, remind me, I want to insert the Dumb and Dumber, the part of the movie where Jim Carrey's like, or no, I think it's Jeff Daniels. He's like, we're there, man. Like, always remind yourself when you're stressed out, you're there, man. And
you're already
there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know why that whole conversation around what are we doing here gets me really excited. It's a completely different tangent, but it aligns with this because I think thinking about that, having that perspective of like, no one has any idea what's actually going on here makes it okay that you don't know what's going on in your own life a lot of times. I think a lot of people are going from like thing to thing to like, oh, like I thought I found this relationship or like, you know, I thought I found this job. I thought I found like this new fitness plan. And like once like, I got this, everything's gonna be okay. And it's like, no.
It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way, man.
But that's cool because we're all figuring it out. And I think what you and I have discovered and what we constantly try to harp on all the time in these shows and in regular life is that like the best we can do is just have the most fun possible.
Yeah, so we're going to keep yelling that at you until you do it, until you have fun all the time.
I thought about this morning, like I got up and like I was like, okay. I was like, what do I want out of today? And I like lay back in my bed and I was like, what would be the coolest thing? And the first thing that came to my mind was like,
what?
I was like, I want to have sex all day today. And I was like, okay, I don't know if that actually is going to fit in with my reality.
But dude, that's a good existence.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's good to have those thoughts of being like, oh, what would be the coolest day? Yeah, I just want sexy girls all day to have sex with.
Question.
Yeah.
What is doesn't have to be super detailed, but like the sex, because I think like every day, perfect day for me, like if I could have sex once a day,
yeah,
great day.
Great day.
For you, what is like your perfect day?
Oh man.
Walk me through it.
Yeah, dude.
I'm in your bed. You wake up. You're like, Dan, why are you in my bed? I'm like, because I'm following you today.
Dude, one day when we have a TV show, we're going to be able to act this out.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be under my covers.
We can do that now? Dude, we can do this shot.
We can. And I'm going to be looking over to you and you're going to be going,
yeah.
I'm going to
have lipstick on. And you're going to be like, why do you have lipstick on? You'll be like, get out of my bed, dude.
Get out of my bed. All right. So a lot of it for me has to do with feeling. I want to wake up in the morning feeling like there's no urgency, but feeling like real good about like the day that I have to come, like something to be excited about. So like a perfect day for me would be like getting up, maybe like moving my body a little bit, and then knowing that, I'm going to move my body, exercise, yoga, jump rope, lifting weights. I don't know. I like doing all of it. That like afterwards I get to go create something, like be creative like this. Dude, I was having kind of a hard day today. And then we
I could tell, and now we're having fun.
I know. And then we started doing this. It makes me so happy.
Yeah.
And so if I could do something creative, if we could create something together, whether that be writing something or creating a video or just something, like I want that involved in my day. And as the day goes on, like I want to kick it with homies. I want to like joke and have fun. And then I want an intimate partner, a female, to like really kind of
just show up.
She like enters this enter scene.
Yeah. Are you Brandon?
I'm like, oh, I've been waiting for you.
I will spend every Monday through Wednesday with you and nothing else. You don't have to call me. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to buy me dinner.
Yeah.
But I'm here.
I want her to come into the picture at that point. She could actually wake up with me in the morning, but then she's got to go bounce and do her own thing.
Well, is she sleeping in the middle or am I in the middle?
She's sleeping on top of my head, like a cat on my pillow.
Fine.
So yeah, I want her to be there and then wind down the evening with her, share some love, have some sex. I don't know, maybe smoke a J. But that might not be a constant always. That's how I feel right now because I have an affinity with weed right now because it costs about, I think it works out to be like 50 cents per gram of weed down here.
Dude, you could give someone a pack of gum and they'll give you a bag of weed. It's crazy.
We just have so much weed here. I feel like a rapper. Anyhow, that's not here nor there. So that's pretty much my day, man. I want to move my body. I want to create something. I want to hang out with friends and I want to share intimacy with someone. What about you, man? What do you got? If you guys,
I think about this a lot. A lot of the days that we have, like Sunday, dude, that was an almost perfect day. Honestly, the only thing that's missing is my girlfriend. If she was here, then it would be a perfect day.
Come on down.
She's going to be here soon now. She's going to be here soon now. But for me, perfect day, I think there's no set time. It's just waking up without an alarm. I would say first thing, I really like to get gathered in the morning. So I just like to, kind of like when we answer emails, I'm still not at my perfect day because my perfect day would not involve emails. It would be like going for a walk. If I could start every day by walking for an hour and just waking up, having a cup of coffee, not being in a rush, that would set me off on the right foot. And then, dude, something I do want to get to the point where like for maybe 4 or 5 hours a day is just spent on something creative in a room. Like I eventually really want to do something with dance or like painting a graffiti mural. So like working with someone to like paint a mural somewhere, like that would be the work I would want to do for the day. Spending time, of course, with people that I really care about, like in the afternoon. So like ideally the day or whatever creative thing I'm doing inside, maybe it's outside, I don't know, ends at like 3 because my best days always happen when I feel like I don't have to keep working. You know what I mean? So like if I could go and like go for a hike or go surfing or something like that at 3 and then kind of lead that into dinner, friends, chilling, having a good time, kind of like winding down. My perfect day is not really like, doesn't really require all that.
Yeah.
Like I just kind of want to do whatever the hell I want, work on something creative, hang out with cool people, and probably rollerblade. I want to rollerblade.
We gotta get you some skates, man.
Dude, I haven't bladed in so long, man.
Man, I haven't bladed in so long, bro.
Yeah, it's been so while. Left my K2s at home.
So if you guys want to know what Dan and I like, that's it. Pretty simple. Dude, this is a good one.
One more, then we're coming up on an hour. We should probably.
Yeah. This is a good
one. Damn, I don't want to end this episode.
What are some good pieces of advice that most college students are not ever likely to hear?
Not ever likely to hear. Okay. You want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, a lot of people will probably have an issue with this, which is totally cool. I don't care. It's my life experience.
This is your show, man. You say
my
what
show.
the hell you want.
Oh yeah, well, because no. I'm not saying I don't give a shit what people think. I'm saying because there are caveats to my answer. Mm-hmm. So, what are some good pieces of advice that most college students are not ever likely to hear? My piece of advice to you was college was a complete waste of time for me, and I was like a perfect nerdy student. And huge waste of time. The only thing I learned at college was how to talk in front of people and like be in uncomfortable situations. Could have done that if I would have just moved to New York or DC like from the beginning. The only reason I have a caveat is like if you're someone who is a doctor or like needs that kind of training, then of course college is a great idea. But I studied political science, which is AKA I have no idea what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to go through this mental period where I think that law school is a good idea. And then I decided like, fuck no. So my advice would be stop thinking that your degree or what you study or the grades that you get have any effect on your ability for what you're going to do next. And I mean that in a positive way. I'm not saying if you get great grades, think that you're not going to make it. I'm saying, like, I was someone who went to not that great of a school. I mean, it was a decent school. It was like a state school in Pennsylvania, but like I got really good grades, and the jobs that I got afterward, like I didn't even get asked where I went to college.
Yeah.
Like it didn't matter. So
no one want to know your GPA score?
No. So like, no, seriously.
Yeah,
and
of
like,
course.
So if you're someone who's like, oh, I didn't go to a good enough school or whatever, who the fuck cares? You can do whatever you want. You can go move to New York and get the dream job of your whatever you want, you can get it. So if you went to a school and didn't get great grades, or if you go to a school and you're like, well, I'm not someone who could do this because I didn't go to this school, fuck that shit. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. And I would add that like while you're in college, I want you to understand that the professors work for you. Okay? Like I had professors.
Did you beat them up?
No, I went to a small school, so they were like the professors that were like, yo, you can't go to the bathroom if you have to go. Like that shit pissed me off. That were like telling me what to do when in reality, like they were my employees. They're working for me.
I did not have that experience at college, bro.
Yeah, I went to a small school.
That's true. You went to like a high school size college.
Smaller than my high school, 1,300 students. So what I would say is make sure you understand that your professors work for you and frame your conversations that way. And also, fuck your GPA. It doesn't matter at all. Every time you go into a class, you should just be like, all right, what do I want to learn here? I'm going to grab that knowledge and pull it out. Nothing else matters. Like I would go back now and be like, okay, I could pass this class if I just ignored all this stuff. I'm going to get a C- in this class.
Dude, I did that, and I'm not bragging, but like I did that out of fear and got A's in all those classes.
Really?
And didn't fucking learn anything, bro. Like I had a great GPA and left college like feeling good about myself, and then realized like I don't remember one thing because I'm trying to think if I ever cheated. I cheated like in a few classes in college.
Yeah.
Not really that many though. I was pretty good about that. But like you said, I just did whatever it took to get the A. I didn't actually like pay attention and like I was just super anal about memorizing things.
Yeah.
It's not a good way to do it.
Yeah, forget the grade and just go in there and be like, what do I want to learn? And pull that knowledge out. It doesn't matter if you get a C- or if you get an A+. Like if you learn what you wanted to learn, that's the only thing that matters. And teachers are going to tell you that like you need to know certain things, but that's a curriculum. Those are rules that someone else created. Maybe they think you need to know it, but you probably know what you want to learn more. You got to follow your flow. When you follow your flow, you end up like doing amazing things because you make it like, you may just find a little piece of class. You're like, this is awesome. And you go hard on that. And at least you've been able to do something else epic like later in life. So yeah.
A shout. Dude, I really don't want to end this episode.
No.
I think we should do another one on Quora questions, but maybe make them...
I don't know. You guys tell us what you think in the comments, but I really enjoyed this. And I think it gives like a good structure to the conversations because we can kind of weave in and out.
Totally.
And these are good questions. I'm sure most people have.
Yeah.
So
maybe this will just be a Q&A show where we just answer all your questions.
Maybe you guys can submit them to us.
All right, should we do the outro?
You do the outro. This is you do it.
All right, yo, we motherfucking done with this episode, baby. I'm just kidding, guys. So, good episode today. How do I do the outro?
Yo, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your friends' friends. If you're listening to the podcast, yeah, subscribe. And finally, guys, we've put some links below regarding things we talked about during this episode. And also, if you want to work with us, we got a challenge we're running starting April 1st. This is the best way to, I think, dip your toe in the Zen Dude water. It's like $47.
Yeah.
And you get everything you need to get a sexy body. So
It's going to be awesome.
click the link below and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Love you guys.